So when I combine both of my farms for, 5,685 houses, that's my entire zip code that I farm, I ended up for 2023 at a turnover rate of 3.3%. I got an amazing question that I need to answer. What's your turnover rate, Janine? So, truth be told, I actually have not pulled my Geographic Farms turnover rate since I started farming. And I thought, you know what? It's going to be an interesting concept to maybe just revisit those numbers and see where my own farm currently is at. And the numbers are shocking. It is in line with the market. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one. All right. By the way, brand new, my name is Janine. I'm the owner and founder of the Hyperlocal Agent, helping agents get into the direct mail game and help them get started with geographic farming. When I look at my geographic farm, I have a farm 1 and a farm 2, so I pulled you a bunch of different numbers. My original farm was the one that I slowly expanded, and then I added farm 2 in the beginning of 2023 officially. So now I have a combined farm of about 5,600 homes. I went and broke down the numbers for farm 1 first, and then we're going to talk about farm 2, and then we're going to combine it. I'm going to be honest, I was really shocked to see these numbers. And knowing what I typically tell people, I don't know if I would have picked this farm anymore. But here's what it is, okay? So I went back from 2023 all the way down to 2020. Now, as you guys know, the market has shifted. It's definitely different. And when I look at the numbers, it is completely in line, okay? My turnover rate in both farms is almost cut in half. Cut in half. It's literally this crazy. So farm 1 for 2020, there was 194 sales, which gave me a turnover rate of 5.6%, okay, pandemic year. Then in 2021, it went down to 165 homes, dropping the turnover rate down to 4.7%. Next up in 2022, we had only 126 homes sell, which gave me a turnover rate of 3.6%. And now in 2023, the most recent number, only 103 homes sold in that area, which I want to say I ended up with 18 to 20 of them. So 20% market share, I take it. However, that dropped the turnover rate down to 3%, okay? So now I have 20% market share. Turnover rate is 3%. And if you look at that, it's probably not a good farm to get into if you are a new agent looking to find a farm, okay? So know your competition, know your numbers, and then make decisions from there. My farm 2 that I didn't start in 2020, but I pulled you numbers, just even Steven, right? I went about it the same way. So in 2020, we had 151 homes sell for a turnover rate of 6.8%, which basic turnover rates, we always wanted to be between 5 and 6% at a minimum, right? So if you are currently looking to find a geographic farm and you are not finding the numbers that we have been telling you, there's a reason, okay? And I think this was one of the reasons I thought this was really eye-opening to see. Because if you look at a farm today and you're like, I can't find anything over 4%, it's in line with the market. This is what the market has been doing. People are holding onto the houses. Our low inventory is ridiculous. So if you look at it, it's definitely in line with the market. If you find something that's 7, 8, 9%, jump on it. If you have no clue, how do I find the turnover right? What do I do, right? It is, first up, it's number of homes sold. So let's say for one of the farms, it was 103. The total number of houses is what we divided by. So 103 divided by the total number of houses, 3476. So with that, you actually end up at a 3% turnover, or 2.96, so 3%. Sold divided by total homes equals turnover rate, okay? We do have a geographic farming workshop that you can check out that will actually give you all the details on how to find your own profitable farm. I will say it still says ideally 5 to 6% in there. So with this episode in mind, just keep that in mind, okay? Market being what the market is, this is unusual. So can you find a farm with lower turnover rate than 5 to 6% and still be profitable? Yes. So when I combine both of my farms for, 5,685 houses, that's my entire zip code that I farm, I ended up for 2023 at a turnover rate of 3.3%. So what do you take away from that? Don't get too hung up on the numbers, okay? There's people in the farms that need you. If 3.3%, which by the way for the total is 187 homes, if I get a fraction of the 187 homes, I'll be happy. So the question is, what is that percentage that you want to get out of it to make it happen, okay? If you end up getting 10 listings out of your farm and that makes you happy and that makes you, profitable, and the turnover rate is only 2%, that's okay. Again, it is what it is in the numbers. So for those of you watching the video, there they are. Okay, if you need help determining your numbers, join us inside our Facebook group, The Hyperlocal Agent. We'll run you into some numbers. But as you can see, things change. Numbers are what they are right now. We're all seeing the condensed inventory. And with that turnover rate that you will find online being the right number just doesn't seem to be the right number anymore. So hopefully this was a helpful update. And as usual, thanks for tuning in. If you have any other questions, let me know below, and I'll talk to you soon.